Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. My name's Carson. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you once again. It is Saturday evening, August 10th. It is 7:22, and it feels like fall, kind of. It has been a stunning, stunning day to be outside. I hope you've been able to get some fresh air because we don't usually see this kind of fall preview, if you will, in August. So soak it up while we have it. And at least as far as the temperatures are concerned, there's a pretty good chance we'll actually see those temps remain below average for a few more days, even past the weekend. So all in all, not too bad. Not too many folks in our chat tonight, but that's okay. Everybody's enjoying that nice weather, right? Let's get things started. Talk about some of our Kentucky Mesonet cameras, or our cameras from our friends at the Kentucky Mesonet. Look at that. It is 7 in the evening in August, and we're in the 70s, and it feels good outside. 73 in Bullitt County, Shelby County too. 72 in Adair. 75 in Franklin County. My goodness, you could not ask for better. In Louisville today, we topped out right at 80 on the dot. At least that was the last update around 4:30 this afternoon. So we may have nudged up to 81, 82, something like that. But it was great. It was just a beautiful, beautiful day. All right, comments we go. Angela says, good evening from Taylorsville. Hope you're well, Angela. Weather Geek, same story. Hope you're good. Tracy says, happy Saturday. Same to you. Michael says, good day for fishing. I bet. Especially especially those cool mornings too, right? And that trend will continue for at least tonight. It's going to be a little chilly, dare I say, heading out the door Sunday morning, especially if you're going to be out in your sunrise. Matthew says, isn't that much better? Right? Right? That's awesome. Now, Steven says, hold on, not so fast. Bring back the heat. All right. Fair enough, Steven. I'm not a huge fan of the heat myself, but some people like summer, and that's okay. We can all have our own different things. Angela says, lovely pre-fall day in Radcliffe. Indeed. Ashley says, last time we talked, Mom had COVID. Now y'all do. Oh, man. That stinks. I'm sorry. Hope you get well soon, Ashley. COVID is not fun. Might not be as lethal as it was 4 years ago, but it's still no fun. So get well soon. Carrie says, I run a campground, but there's barely anyone here. That's surprising, to be honest with you. I know all the kiddos are back in school, but you'd think maybe do a little quick getaway for the weekend, right? Especially as nice as it's been. CJ says, thank you for all your hard work. Very glad to do it. Always glad to do it. We always have our little conversation on weekends around 7 o'clock in the evening. I'm running a little behind tonight. But yeah, glad to do it. Oz says, nice to have a break from thunderstorms. Yes. Goodness. Isn't it ever? We've really gone almost a week now without any storms. In fact, right at a week. So nice little break, that is for sure. Charles says, hello from Breckenridge County in Irvington. Yeah, Carrie's saying the weather is perfect for camping. My folks are actually out of town camping this weekend. So it certainly felt great for any outdoor plans you had today. As I mentioned a minute ago, we officially hit 80 here in Louisville. Again, those measurements are collected at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So past that time, we may have climbed up to 81 or 82. We'll get that update later on this evening. But no matter how you slice it, it was still below average today. It felt phenomenal. And that trend continues tonight and for a couple more days. There's the official countdown. No, I am not counting. Kidding. I am. 43 days away. Sunday, September 22nd at 8:44 Eastern Daylight Time, the official start of autumn. And I cannot wait. But for those of you like Steven that enjoy the heat, there's going to be more heat to come, I'm sure, through the rest of August and into September, but not for the next few days. Tonight's fine. It's going to be a little cool. 60 is our low temperature here in Louisville. You live outside of town, you will likely drop into the 50s. Now, there's one little caveat that I've noticed with some of the data this evening. I didn't put it in the show here, but there's some rain out in Missouri and Kansas tonight. That's not going to make it here. We're not talking about rain chances, but the leftover cloud cover from that rain might try to drift into wave country tonight, especially southern Kentucky. And if that happens, we may see more low 60s instead of upper 50s. So just keep that in mind. But it is going to be a very, very cool night, especially for August standards. And if you're going to be out near sunrise tomorrow morning, maybe you got sunrise services heading to church, or you just got to do some stuff around the house early tomorrow morning, you may want to dig that jacket out of the closet. That's how chilly it might feel, especially outside of the city. There was some discussion as to whether or not we would see 40s tomorrow morning. That doesn't look like the case now. So no 40s. Not getting that chilly, but still definitely a little on the cool side, especially up in Indiana. 55, Bedford, Paoli, Seymour, maybe 53 tomorrow morning in North Vernon. Yeah, kind of a shock to the system in a good way this time. You know, I always talk about those little shocks we have. The first intense heat wave of the summer, we always kind of get worn down by it more. Well, now we got our first little chill that we've had in quite some time on the way. Also on the way is the perceived meteor shower. Yeah, next couple of nights, in fact. Excuse me. Temperatures may be nice, but the allergies still aren't. Forgive me. But for the next 2 nights, you might see some shooting stars in the sky, okay? There's no particular direction with this meteor shower. Look all around. Skies will be mostly clear. The moonlight might be a little too bright to look at some of those meteors going through the sky, but maybe if you're out near sunrise tomorrow morning or Monday morning, you see something. If you do, send those photos to us if you're able to have quick enough reflexes to take a quick snapshot of those meteors. That would be cool. But anyway, just thought we'd throw that out there. Next couple of mornings, might see a few meteors rolling through the sky. I'll leave the 10-day, or excuse me, the 3-day up for a minute. Got to get a spammer out of there, of course. Amanda in the comments is not a spammer. Where are you, Amanda? There we go. Great weather today in Bardstown. Yeah, great weather everywhere. That bright blue sky. For sure. Really nice. Brandon says, are you ready for the Kentucky State Fair? 1 week away from high school football games. You can just feel it, right? Everything's starting to pick up again. High school football starts next week. Yeah, I can't wait. State Fair, by the way. Wave Day at the fair. Tuesday, August 20th. 20. So 10 days from now. I would assume we will all be there. I will make an appearance at some point. We'll be in the South Wing. Still not sure where in the South Wing. Probably in the lobby there at the Expo Center. So stop by, say hello. We will all, I'm sure, be there at some point in the day. August 20th. Mark it down. Ashley says they've had the windows open all day. Nice to have some cool, fresh air. And, you know, honestly, if you really wanted to, you can get some free AC tonight with those lows in the 50s to near 60. It's not all that humid. So this is definitely a good night for some free AC. Back to more comments in a minute. Next 3 days look like this. Not too bad. Plenty of sun tomorrow, low 80s again. It'll be a couple degrees warmer Sunday compared to today. But by a couple degrees, we mean near 80 instead of the upper 70s. So still feeling very comfortable. Enjoy it. Monday and Tuesday, I will say, are looking better. We were concerned about a little disturbance kind of scooting through, may set off a few showers on Monday in particular, and that chance is still there. I'll keep it at 20% for now, but I will say, looking at the most updated models this afternoon, it's trending way down on those shower chances for Monday. So I may be able to wipe out those rain chances totally for Monday and possibly Tuesday. in future updates. Holding off for now. Make sure it's a trend, not a blip in the model data, and we'll go from there. The really only thing you'll notice differently Monday and Tuesday is more cloud cover, more clouds than sun on either of those days, and that'll keep our temperatures in the low to mid 80s once again. Might be a smidge more humid, but honestly, guys, the next 3 days still look pretty good. We'll watch that low-end shower chance Monday especially, but it's not looking like a lot. And since things are fairly quiet, I want to remind everybody of a couple of things we have going on with our wave storm tracking team. First of all, next Wednesday, 4 days from now, August 14th, we're partnering with Oxmoor Ford for our annual community blood drive. We're going to have the storm tracker out at Oxmoor Ford. You can sign up at the redcross.org website to donate blood if you feel so inclined. Storm tracker will be there from 12:30 to 6:30. Kevin Harned, the chief meteorologist, of course, here at WAVE, will be doing live weather from Oxmoor Ford next Wednesday. So if you feel so inclined to give blood or just stop by, feel free to do so. Okay, that's one thing. Here's the State Fair forecast. Day one is Thursday, August 15th. And you notice the storm chances are around. It wouldn't be the State Fair without some storm chances, but they're not huge, okay? They're not big storm chances. Thursday is when the pattern starts to become more unsettled again. I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are mostly dry now. Thursday, start to pick things up again. Now, what are we looking at? Well, the general big picture synoptic pattern is very similar to what we saw last week, or I guess almost 2 weeks ago now, where we had these clusters of storms, one after another, after another, after another. Now, the question is, well, there's a lot of questions. One, will they be as intense as they were last time? Two, when will we have the most storms around? And three, when do all those storms get out of here? And we still, of course, don't have definitive answers to those questions, but we're starting to get a clearer picture of how that might play out. So the weather pattern, I'm going to jump to one graphic real quick to explain it. It's very similar to what we had a few weeks ago. The jet stream is going to lift to the north and east. It's a big reason why it's so cool right now. We got nice, cool northwest flow aloft above our heads, keeping things cooler, high pressure down near the surface. But that jet's going to scoot back up to the north and east like that, back up towards Canada. And this big dome of high pressure out west will continue to build. And that'll put wave country right in the firing line again, potentially, for more of those storm clusters. Now, the firing line for the time being, as far as where those storms are going, is just to our south and west. It's from Nebraska down to Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, so on and so forth. But that zone is going to lift northeastward with the jet in the days to come. So the jet stream lifts northeast, kind of opens up that door for those storm cluster potentially move in here. Now, there's a lot of differences with the smaller details with this setup at this point, in a good way. One, these storms don't look to be quite as intense as a couple weeks ago. And kind of looking at, again, this afternoon's model guidance, it doesn't look like this pattern is going to stick around as long as the last round did. Based on what I've seen today, it appears, as we go back to our State Fair forecast, that the highest storm chances will be Friday and Saturday, 40%. I'm hesitant to go any higher than that at this point, mainly because there's a lot of timing differences between Friday and Saturday. The GFS in particular wants to wait until Saturday to really bring stuff in, while the Euro is a little faster and has our highest storm chances Friday before clearing us out by next weekend. So still some fuzzy details there that we've got to iron out in the days to come. But just know, if you are heading to the State Fair for the first weekend, keep an eye to the skies. There will likely be some storms around this weekend, Will it be more so Friday? Will it be more so Saturday? Still got to figure that out. So hope that makes sense for everybody. Let's see. Kathy says hello from Trimble County. Great weather up in Trimble. Oh yeah, great weather everywhere for at least the next few days. But that's the weather pattern that's going to be taking over as we head towards the latter half of next week, like we just talked about. Friday and Saturday look to be the stormiest days. But that, of course, will continue to be fine-tuned in the days to come. All right, quick update on the tropics because it's not done. It's starting to ramp up yet again, everybody. It wasn't just Debbie that we had to deal with. We're watching this wave out in the Atlantic right here, way out there, just hanging out with all the fish. And models are suggesting this is going to get its act together and become an organized tropical cyclone. 40% chance from the National Hurricane Center to become a storm in the next 2 days. 80% over the next 7 days. The next name on the list is Ernesto. Ernesto, the 5th named storm of the year. So this will likely become Ernesto in the next few days. I would say probably early next week. So maybe Tuesday, somewhere in that ballpark. Notice it kind of has that track towards the southeast U.S., but the key difference at this stage of the ball game is a lot of models have soon-to-be Ernesto recurving back to the north and east and staying off the mainland of the U.S. So hopefully that trend continues and we won't see any significant impacts from Ernesto as what we had with Debbie this past week on the eastern seaboard. So just wanted to throw that out there while things are fairly quiet here at home. We're just now approaching the peak of hurricane season. In fact, that's still a month away, not until September 9th or 10th before we get to that peak hurricane season. Okay, here's the TED Day. And if you got any comments, thoughts, questions, concerns, let me know in the comments so I don't leave you hanging as we wrap things up tonight. Again, get outside tomorrow. Fantastic day again, 82. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday look pretty good. Small shower chances, not a lot. Likely more clouds than anything else. And it's that Thursday through Sunday window that we'll have to watch for those storm clusters. We'll be able to refine that window even more in the days ahead. But late next week into next weekend, we'll have to keep an eye on for more of those summertime storms that just don't want to go away. Remember, this is only a preview of September fall-like weather this weekend. It's not going to be here too terribly long. But the cooler temperatures, at least for August standards, will be. Is it going to be as nice as what we have this weekend? Not necessarily. It'll be a little more humid, especially as those storm chances go up. But there's not a single day right now, guys, with highs in the 90s. And it's the middle of August. That is not very common around here. August is close to our peak heat of the season. It's around late July, early August. So we're kind of getting past it now. But there's been plenty of August around here where it has been miserable. Heat index 110, 115, actual temps 105. And that is nowhere to be found anytime soon. So it could be worse. It could be worse. That is for sure. But it could be better. We could just have nice sunshine around, but it is what it is. Okay. I've rambled on long enough. I don't want to ramble too much longer. Any last second comments, questions, comments before we sign off tonight? Sean says, hello. Just got in here. Any of the storm cluster MCS chances, that is, looking rough. And what Sean's talking about MCSs, that's mesoscale convective systems. That's a fancy weather phrase for storm clusters, okay? As far as that severe threat, Sean, at this point, it's not quite as high as a couple weeks ago. It does not look as intense at the moment. That can still change. But I'm not quite as concerned about this go round as I was the one that just ended recently. So hope that answers your question there. Okay, that's going to do it for tonight. Wait, one more question. Steve says, how many days have we had in the 90s this season? Around 34, 35, somewhere in that ballpark. We have a graphic that we update counting the days. It's somewhere in the mid 30s, 34, 35, which already exceeds the total number of 90-degree days we had all of last year, which was 30 on the dot. So we had 30 all of last year. And here we are going into the second full week of August, and we're already at 34 or 35. So certainly been a warmer summer than last summer, but nothing too terribly out of the ordinary. The hottest day we've had so far is 96, but quite a few more 90s this summer compared to last. Good question, Steve. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap it up tonight. I will be back on TV with an updated forecast after the Olympics at 11 o'clock. The Olympics, of course, are winding down. Do you guys see that men's basketball game this afternoon? Man, that was awesome. Hopefully I didn't spoil it for anybody. We do not have our newscast again Sunday morning on Wave News because of the Olympics. We had it this morning, our newscast. We don't tomorrow morning. Kind of still a crazy schedule, so bear with us. But we'll still be here tracking everything for you. And if we need to do an update here on Wave Weather Now, we most certainly will tomorrow morning. But we'll likely be back here tomorrow evening around the same time, 7 o'clock or so. So just keep that in mind. You will not see us on the TV Sunday morning. You'll see the final day of the Olympics instead. And once the Olympics are out of here, we'll start to get back to our normal routines with our newscast and whatnot around here at Wave. All right, that's going to do it for tonight. I'll leave you with the 10-day. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Enjoy the comfortable weather. Enjoy the chill, the August chill. This is as cold as it'll probably ever get in August. So enjoy it before things get a little more busy by the end of next week. Have a good Saturday evening. I will see you on TV tonight at 11. Until then, good night.